Hi everyone, my name is Courtney.
My name is Chris.
And we are here with the CNC Challenge channel on YouTube. This is our first video, and we're not going to be doing any editing or anything with this as of yet.
We're probably not going to be doing very much editing with videos at all.
Yeah, but if we do, maybe one day.
This is going to be more of a slice of life vlog sort of thing, rough cut, raw, just off the top of our head, weekly updates kind of a thing.
Exactly. So first we want to give you guys a little background on us. We actually met working at a Halloween store in 2010.
Yep, almost 10 years ago.
Yes.
More or less a decade.
And we'd stayed friends for years, and then in 2015 we started dating and got engaged on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Quite the romantic.
I am hopeless romantic when it comes to ghouls and monsters and creepy crawly things.
So we had a lot of fun. Of course I said yes. And a year later, the day before Halloween, we got married in 2016. Wonderful.
Yep, coming up on our 2-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm. And this year we got the best news of our lives so far. In March, we are now expecting our very first child. Mm-hmm. So we've got little baby Logan.
Yep.
On his way.
Little bun in the oven.
And he is due the end of November. So we're super, super excited, just overjoyed for that. But also this year, we got some of the worst news of our lives. So back in July, Chris seemed to have come down with a cough.
Really bad bronchitis feeling type of cough.
Yeah, we treated it for like a month with different over-the-counter things, thought allergies, this, that. Finally, we went, you know what, we need something stronger. It's got to be pneumonia or bronchitis. And we went to a doctor. And the doctor was very good. She looked at everything, did an x-ray, and shortly after that sent us to the hospital. So that was our first time in the hospital. We spent 4 days there. They did all sorts of tests. They were determined to figure out what it could possibly be, and went through the list, and he ended up having a very, very large pleural effusion, which is fluid around the lung. So his right lung was basically full of fluid in the pleural cavity. Thoracentesis, which is a chest draining. They actually tap the chest and suck out the fluid.
Basically put a big giant needle in my back and tap me like a keg, essentially.
Yes, it was quite impressive. After that was done, the liquid was sent off to be tested. They sent us home, and about a week later, we got a call from the doctor letting us know that there were cancer cells in the fluid. So we were shocked and confused. Then we found out more and more information. It turns out that there was a 4¼ centimeter mass in the middle lobe of the right lung, and underneath that in the lower lobe were more smaller little nodules. So they sent Chris in for a biopsy, and they sent those cells out to find out what kind of cancer it was, and if it was lying on any of the genes. There are genome tests they do now for cancer to see if there are specific medications that can treat them. So while we were waiting on that, we met with an oncologist, and that's a cancer doctor, and she gave us terrible news that it was actually stage 4 non-small cell adenocarcinoma, which is an incurable form of lung cancer. It's a treatable form, but there is no cure, and the time frame wasn't great. 33 years old, never smoked a day in his life.
I basically spent most of my life straight edge. It wasn't even until our wedding day that I had my first ever sip of alcohol, so go figure.
Yeah, right? So yeah, it was incredible. We just, so many questions, how, why, it didn't make any sense. And through doing more research and talking to more people, there are actually quite a few cases of lung cancer in 20 to 40-year-olds, which is usually a cancer that hits older people, but not anymore. So that was something new for us to find out.
Which is also a little bit cool considering the age too, because all the statistics that they throw at us, the time frames. That's usually a time frame dealing with people who are older in age, have terrible diets, basically throw caution to the wind, saying, meh, I'm just going to deal with it with medication, no more, no less. I wasn't going to be one of those guys.
No, absolutely not.
So before we got any other news from what the cancer was or how we were going to treat it, we made the conscientious decision that we were going to completely change my diet. I used to be the fast food and Starbucks coffee. Not there's anything wrong with those good corporations whatsoever. But I used to be just a fast food coffee junkie. Decided to change it around. We took on the vegan lifestyle. Don't worry, it's not because we are, yay animals, everybody has a soul kind of a thing. We are, but that's neither here nor there.
You'll find out way more about how much we love animals.
Oh, definitely. Hint for future episodes. Wink. Subscribe. So, this way, that way. Either way, the subscription button is going to be... You guys know how YouTube works. Anyway, so we decided that I was going to take a vegan lifestyle because there are certain foods, certain versions of produce that are considered cancer-fighting foods. These are specifically produces, lots of greens, carrots, celery, blackberries, raspberries, schnozberries, dark chocolate, and green tea, and lots more. Trust me, eventually as the videos go on, we'll go into more of what the diet's like. But anything that just was considered a cancer-fighting food, I'm like, awesome, metal. Let me do it.
Yeah, let's do it. We're going to do everything we can. So this was the fastest thing we could think of to do before we got more information.
Yeah,
it was change our lifestyle and diet.
Basically, the day that we got the news about the cancer cells inside the fluid, we decided complete 180 on the diet, take on the vegan lifestyle. It's been hard. That's an understatement, just because you're so used to eating something for so many years. But considering the fact that it was, it was found in the genes of the cancer that I had, it could very well have been that diet and that lifestyle that led to me getting the cancer in the first place.
Yeah, they're just, as the more research you do, the more you find out how many things cause cancer. I know they say everything causes cancer, but there are definitely more narrow lines in what really causes cancer, and we're going to hit it from all angles.
Yeah. So with the fact that it's lung cancer, one of the main things that the doctors were worried about is, I guess lung cancer is one of the cancers that easily spreads throughout the body. So the first thing they did was send me to specialists so I could get CAT scans and MRIs.
And PET scans. All of them.
Yeah, testing my entire body. So first I got a full body CT scan, PET scan, vice versa, whatever. The point is they checked my entire body, and then later on, while I was nice and radioactive, we got the news that when they did the biopsy, one thing that they were testing for was to see if the cancer met specific genes in my body. And if they met those genes, that means that there's medication that's not quite chemotherapy and not quite
immunotherapy. There's combinations of them, but they work with your body to help fight the cancer cells. And it's a new form of medicine that's much less hard on your body than standard traditional IV chemotherapy.
Yeah. So we were looking at the idea that I'm probably just going to be doing IV chemotherapy. So we jumped from having that and everything being a bummer to them saying, we found one gene.
Yes.
And that one gene basically meant from going from the chemotherapy to having a slight variation of chemotherapy that would have just been 1 hour of medication via IV 3 times a week.
Well,
or once every 3 weeks. My apologies.
Once every 3 weeks, and it's either an injectable or a IV.
So at that point, when you kind of go to the acceptance of what's happening, you're like, yeah, that's not too bad. Not my favorite thing in the world because I hate needles, but not the worst thing in the entire world.
Definitely a better option.
So shortly after that, I go in for my my MRI, so they're going to be checking the noggin to see if it goes through.
Went in the brain.
And we get another call from our doctor who said, we found another gene. So we've graduated from not even having the MRI.
Or the IV.
My apologies. To suddenly being told, this medication is going to be oral medication.
Designed just for you and your body because you have the right gene for it. The way the cancer mutates and it has certain cells, allow this medication, one of the newer ones, to be an oral pill.
Yeah.
So it was by far the best option for our situation.
So that sounded, yes, awesome. This is good news. And it also seemed like the timetable that they gave me drastically increased too. So I'm no longer having the expiration date. I'm no longer, feeling the Grim Reaper reaching his cold, dead arm across the back of my neck.
So vivid.
Or to that degree. And furthermore, we got the other news of, hey, your cancer has not spread. It is isolated, it is in the right lung, and it shouldn't be going anywhere. So that, combined with the medication, again, not curable, but it should severely treat it.
Yeah, it should. And again, with the being stage 4 cancer, a lot of times people think that means it's gone everywhere. It's distant organs. The reason it is stage 4 is because of the cells that were found in that pleural cavity, in the fluid. As soon as things spread outside of the lung into that cavity and are found in the fluid, it automatically ups it to a stage 4. So it was not good news that cells were in the fluid, but it is good news that cancer had not spread to the brain or to further distant organs. So, and it's not even in the left lung. It's all the right lung.
I like to call it stage 4 by default. They basically have to give it stage 4 almost immediately because of the cancer cells in the fluid, but it hasn't spread. It hasn't gone anywhere.
We're hoping to stop it in its tracks right there.
Yeah. So, as of this recording, today is the mid-ish September-ish. I want to say 15th, 16th.
Today's the 17th of September.
I was close. As of today, I am on my third day of the genotherapy medication. Later on in these videos, because one thing that we want to do about these videos is, very early in my diagnosis, I discovered that there aren't really very many people with hands-on experience of dealing with cancer or fighting cancer. It seemed like all the videos I was coming across were either talking heads of doctors who can tell me about what it is, but no real life experience, or people who have gotten cancer, but they basically say, I'm a genius when it comes to cancer. Granted, I pretty much just had surgery once and the cancer went away forever. But
there's lots of other inspirational people out there.
Don't get me wrong. If anybody is a cancer fighter, they are an absolute hero.
They're doing the right thing.
But it just seemed like I didn't see very many people with my personal experience.
Yeah, or a lot of people who are willing to share what they're going through, and especially this early in the stage.
Yeah. So we wanted ours to be hands-on. The reason why this is the CNC challenge is that we're not only covering my concept of cancer, but also Courtney dealing with the pregnancy and the eventual birth of our son.
So you'll get to follow both of our stories. We want to share so much with everybody. A lot of this is for friends and family, so they can follow us all around the world, and we hope to make lots more friends and family through this channel.
Yeah. And trust me, she may not want to, but we're going to broadcast the entire birth live. We're going to broadcast it live, and we're going to put it on YouTube. Yeah, you're going to want to tune in for that. No, we're not.
You'll get lots of videos.
You will.
I mean, well, maybe pictures.
We'll do a before and after.
We'll keep it G-rated.
We'll have her scream at me to get that camera out of her face. Yeah, we're going to be doing lots of updates. I may very well just go into what exactly my daily regime. Is it regime?
Or regiment.
Regiment. Thank you. There's the word. Courtney Michelson, ladies and gentlemen. The daily regiment of how I do my medication, what my diet looks like. Also, it's not going to probably be the funnest thing in the entire world, but I'd also like to do more of a hands-on actual experience of what it's like. My medication, they said there aren't too many symptoms, but one of them is that I get very tired. I feel a lot of fatigue. So maybe we'll do a hands-on experience of what it's actually like to take the medication, see what the results are, wonder why we have the loudest planes in the entire world overhead. And then you could just kind of get a feel for what it is. So if anybody else is experiencing this, they know they're not really going in it alone.
Yeah.
Same exact way with pregnancy and
yeah.
becoming new parents.
Yep,
for the
first
time.
time parents. We're super excited. And also, like I said, we love animals.
Yeah.
We've been children's entertainers for years and years now, and take animals out for educational purposes. And then we've also got our first little fur baby that came over to say hi.
Yeah.
So I think we'll have her say hi to everybody.
Yeah, she'll just do
Come
a
here.
quick little. Yeah, this is our
This
Zoe
is
dog.
Zoe.
This is our Zoe dog. She was also the videographer at our wedding.
Yes.
So, yeah.
She is our old lady dog. She is 15 years old, or at least 15 if they were honest with me when we rescued her from the pound.
And she may or may not be a tad bit senile.
She's getting a little senile,
Yeah.
but she's a good girl. So she came to say hi to everybody.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much what the CNC challenge is going to be. Weekly updates. Also included with this video, and probably every video, we also have a GoFundMe. Because the one thing that really just stinks about cancer and pregnancy is that right now, neither of us are really capable of working. So, kind of the GoFundMe right now is kind of our backdoor way just to kind of keep the bills going. Don't get me wrong, we have really good health insurance. We have a lot of things taken care
Yeah,
of.
we've been so fortunate, and supportive friends and family have just been incredible.
Absolutely. But if anybody would like to maybe either donate to the GoFundMe or better yet, share this video
share it.
as well as the GoFundMe to your friends, your family, your rabbis, your priests, everybody.
We just want to get our story out there. We're hoping to become an inspiration to many people as they follow us through this time in our lives.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the best time, and we're gonna make it great.
Yeah, so one more time, feel free to subscribe. More videos are coming. Hopefully people aren't into the whole music or visuals or sound effects kind of thing. Because again, we're going to be pretty raw.
Yeah.
Going to be very bare bones with these videos. But hope you guys are going to hope you guys are going to be along for the ride, because
Yep,
we're going
we'll be
to.
here. We're looking to do weekly updates for everybody.
Yeah,
So.
because like everybody always wants out of their good cancer story, we're going to make this hilarious.
Yeah, we are. We can do this.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you again soon.
And again, make sure to subscribe. And this is the CNC Challenge.
Courtney and Chris.
Courtney and Chris, thanks for joining us. See you guys next time.